Hello, how do you do? So, I quickly want to talk about all the Oscar contenders for the Best Picture, and I want to give the thoughts on which one I specifically want to win and which one I think should win. Means will win means like the way people work, their minds work. The people who decide this Oscars, the way their minds work, I think I can guess which one is going to win. And the ones that I really do not want to win at any cost. So before we even go to that, I would love to say that the movies I have actually watched are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, and Nora. I'm Still Here. It's a Brazilian movie. What else did I Conclave. The movies that I've not watched are of course, Emilia Perez. And I do have watched Wicked Part 1. So most of the movies that I think that are worth watching I have watched. Now the movie that I think is going to win based on the way people at the Oscars think. However, a huge disclaimer, they have been very different recently. They have been selecting different kinds of movies, so no one really knows. However, giving a good guess, I would say they're going to give the Oscars this time to The Brutalist because of the way people are portraying it. I have also watched The Substance, but again, I seriously doubt that movie was just too showy, just too artsy for them to give it an Oscar. But we have seen movies like Brutalist win Oscar so many times. So it just, the movie, if you remove all the glamour and all the pace of Christopher Nolan, it really felt like you're watching Oppenheimer with its scale, with the way it was shot, and of course it's a period drama, so they really people would say that I'm sorry, I'm adding more and more names. I also have watched A Complete Unknown and I like the movie. Now I will be fine with The Brutalist winning. I would also be fine with Nora winning, A Complete Unknown winning, Conclave winning. Conclave was also a very solid movie. It had a very solid drama, and it was a fun thing to watch. It didn't waste time. It was not really just completely going berserk. It was a nice thing to watch. So of course, but the movie that I specifically want to win was Dune Part 2, and the reason is as simple as it can be. Watching Dune Part 2, I watched it 2 times in IMAX, and I was it countless of the times in different scenarios. It was a different experience. It was an otherworldly experience. That movie is definitely much better than Oppenheimer, without any question. Without any question, that movie is much better than Oppenheimer. No matter what someone says, but I think it was better than every other movie that stands in this race too. I loved Nora. I was very sad when the movie ended. It was a beautiful ending, bittersweet. I really loved The Brutalist. What a beautiful masterpiece, and what a beautiful way they shot it. And a movie about an artist, you have to love that movie, what it tried to show, to say. The Substance, amazing movie. Conclave, amazing movie. But Complete Unknown, amazing. amazing movie. I'm still here. A very, very, very decent movie, strong movie, which must be made because people need to know what kind of things happen to people around the world, and especially in this current political world that we are in. Beautiful movie. However, Dune Part 2 was just an out-of-body experience, and Dune Part 2 was just like magnificent. The scale was magnificent, and that guy has to be awarded. I just hope, I just pray to God, like, it has to win in the best cinematography. It has to win in the best supporting actor for Austin Butler. It has to win for Zendaya, and I'm not sure they want to give her or not. I don't care. And they might give it to Demi Moore. She deserved it more. At the same time, it has to win for the best director. And they might give the best director to Bradley Cooper. I won't have any problem. But please, for God's sake, give it to the best this time. Like they gave it last time. Like, means Christopher Nolan was not the best until Oppenheimer was not the best movie last time. According to me, it was Killers of the Flower Moon that was just a magnificent movie. But that is fine. Like, they gave it to Oppenheimer. They wanted to celebrate a blockbuster, and that is good. That is cool for them. That is cool. I'm cool with them. But please, I do not want to watch Wicked Part 1 winning any Oscar. Please, for God's sake, please. And I do not. It's a good movie. I watched it. It's a nice movie. Please, and nothing for this Emilia Perez. I am not going to watch it, even if someone puts a bullet in my head for not watching that. Please, no Emilia Perez, no Wicked Part 1. Anora is a good movie. Conclave is a good movie. A Complete Unknown is a great movie. All these movies are great, but they all are eclipsed, literally and filmily. Like, like there's a huge. There are so many eclipses shown in Dune Part 2. So this is the best metaphor to use, that they all have been eclipsed by Dune Part 2. There is no movie as great as Dune Part 2 this year, and please God, the greatest movie of probably our generation. I don't think there will be anything like this ever. Like, Paul Thomas Anderson made some great movies, and some of them are just amazing experiences. There will be Blood and Licorice Pizza, but I don't think he will be capable of doing it. And I'm pretty sure Denis Villeneuve himself will not be capable of doing it. I'm pretty sure that the Odyssey from Christopher Nolan would be a fun to watch. By the way he makes movies, he just makes them like a movie trailer. Blockbuster. Christopher Nolan is blockbuster on the screen. It would be a great thing to watch. But man, please, man, this Dune Part 2 must be awarded with a beautiful Oscar. Denis Villeneuve must be given an Oscar. Like last year, they did give to Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan definitely did deserve an Oscar for Inception, for The Dark Knight. Definitely for these two movies. And I really love Prestige. The Prestige. That is one of my favorite movies of all time. He did deserve an Oscar for that. But they didn't even, probably it was not even nominated. But that is fine. He deserved something from Memento. And that is good. Like, that is good. Like, they gave an Oscar to Christopher Nolan. I was happy. I love him as a human being. He's a sincere guy. But this time, even nothing is as great as Dune Part 2. Even Christopher Nolan knows it from inside that The Brutalist and Dune Part 2 are much better movies than Oppenheimer. Like, because they are just so natural. They are not trying to be something. So I just hope that if Dune Part 2 doesn't win, then they should at least give it to The Brutalist. because of the sheer scale and the acting of Adrian Brody, man. Means he deserves an Oscar, man. Why didn't he win a SAG award? I cannot even imagine. But that's fine, whatever they did. I just hope this time they do it right with Dune Part 2. They don't snub him. And this time they do it right with the best film director. And Adrian Brody does deserve an Oscar for the best actor. And he must be given that best actor Oscar. Please listen to me one time. Heard me. Please listen to me, God, one time. And that's it for today. We will discuss some more things in the future.